The late 19th century was a time of change and upheaval in the art world. This period saw a dramatic shift in artistic expression as artists began to question and challenge the established norms and conventions that had dominated for decades. The dominant styles of the day, realism and naturalism, sought to capture the world as it was, with all its imperfections and banalities. These movements aimed to depict everyday life with an unflinching eye, focusing on the mundane and the ordinary. Artists like Gustav Klimt and Edvard Munch had shocked the public with their gritty depictions of everyday life, rejecting the idealized visions of romanticism. Their works were raw and unfiltered, presenting a stark contrast to the romanticized and often fantastical scenes that had previously been popular. Yet a new generation of artists emerged, yearning for something more than the tangible world. They were dissatisfied with the limitations of realism and naturalism, feeling that these styles failed to capture the deeper, more elusive aspects of human experience. They sought to express the unseen emotions, the hidden truths, and the mysteries that lay beneath the surface of reality. These artists believed that there was more to life than what could be observed with the naked eye, and they wanted their art to reflect this belief. This marked the birth of Symbolism, a movement that would profoundly impact the course of modern art. Symbolism was not just a new style, it was a radical departure from the artistic norms of the time, offering a fresh perspective on what art could be. Symbolism was not merely a style. It was a philosophy, a way of seeing the world through a different lens. It encouraged artists to look beyond the surface and to explore the deeper meanings and emotions that lay hidden beneath. Symbolists believed that art should transcend the purely visual and delve into the realm of ideas and emotions. They wanted their works to evoke feelings and thoughts, to inspire contemplation and introspection. They rejected the notion that art should simply mirror reality, arguing instead that it should evoke, suggest, and inspire. For them, art was not just about representation, it was about communication and expression. Their goal was not to represent the world as it appeared to the eye, but to capture its essence, its soul. They wanted to delve into the inner world, to explore the depths of the human psyche and the mysteries of existence. This rejection of realism was a radical departure from the prevailing artistic trends. It was a bold and daring move, one that challenged the status quo and opened up new possibilities for artistic expression. Symbolism was a reaction against the perceived materialism and scientific objectivity of the late 19th century. Many artists felt that the focus on the material world had led to a neglect of the spiritual and the imaginative. The Industrial Revolution had brought about significant technological advancements, but it had also led to a sense of alienation and spiritual emptiness among some artists and intellectuals. They felt disconnected from the rapidly changing world around them and sought solace in their art. They felt that the focus on the material world had come at the expense of the spiritual and the imaginative. Symbolism, therefore, was an attempt to redress this balance, to bring the spiritual and the imaginative back into the forefront of artistic expression. Symbolism, therefore, was a search for meaning in an increasingly secular and materialistic age. It was an attempt to find deeper truths and to explore the mysteries of existence through art. It was a rebellion against the constraints of realism, a yearning for a deeper connection with the world and with the mysteries of the human psyche. Symbolist artists wanted to go beyond the surface and to explore the depths of human experience. It paved the way for the abstract and non-representational art forms that would come to define the 20th century. Symbolism's emphasis on the spiritual and the imaginative laid the groundwork for many of the artistic movements that followed, influencing countless artists and shaping the course of modern art. Symbolism in art did not emerge in a vacuum. It was a movement that grew out of a rich tapestry of cultural and intellectual currents, drawing inspiration from various sources, but none more profoundly than literature. It was deeply intertwined with literature, particularly the writings of poets like Charles Baudelaire and Edgar Allan Poe. These literary giants were not just writers, they were visionaries who delved into the human psyche, exploring the depths of emotion and the complexities of the human condition. These writers explored themes of darkness, mystery, and the subconscious, emphasizing the power of suggestion and the evocative potential of language. Their works were filled with rich, symbolic imagery that invited readers to look beyond the surface and uncover deeper meanings. Their works resonated with the symbolist painters who saw in their words a kindred spirit, a shared desire to delve beneath the surface of reality. The symbolists were captivated by the idea that art could reveal hidden truths and evoke profound emotional responses. Baudelaire, in particular, was a pivotal figure for the symbolists. His life and work embodied the very essence of the symbolist movement, with his relentless pursuit of beauty and his willingness to confront the darker aspects of existence. His collection of poems, Les Fleurs du Mal, The Flowers of Evil, published in 1857, was a scandal in its time, dealing with themes of decadence, eroticism, and the search for beauty in the grotesque. This groundbreaking work challenged societal norms and pushed the boundaries of what was considered acceptable in literature. Baudelaire believed that the artist should be a seer, someone who could penetrate the veil of reality and reveal the hidden truths that lay beneath. He saw the artist as a visionary, capable of transcending the mundane and accessing a higher realm of understanding. This idea resonated deeply with the symbolists. They embraced Baudelaire's vision and sought to create art that was not just visually striking, but also rich in symbolic meaning and emotional depth. Like Baudelaire, Poe was fascinated by the macabre, the grotesque, and the psychological depths of the human mind. His works were filled with dark, haunting imagery that explored the darker aspects of human nature. His poems and short stories, filled with symbolism and allegory, explored themes of death, decay, and the fragility of the human psyche. Poe's ability to evoke a sense of unease and mystery through his writing made him a natural inspiration for the symbolists. The symbolists were drawn to Poe's dark romanticism and his ability to evoke a sense of unease and mystery through his writing. They saw in his works a reflection of their own desire to explore the hidden depths of the human experience. The influence of these literary figures on symbolism cannot be overstated. They provided the philosophical and thematic groundwork upon which the movement was built. Their writings offered a rich source of inspiration, filled with symbolic imagery and profound insights into the human condition. They provided the philosophical and thematic groundwork upon which the movement was built. The symbolists were not just painters, they were thinkers and dreamers who sought to create art that was both intellectually stimulating and emotionally resonant. The symbolist painters sought to translate the evocative power of language into visual form, to create works that resonated with the same sense of mystery, symbolism, and emotional depth that characterized the writings of Baudelaire, Poe, and other literary pioneers of the era. They aimed to create a new kind of art, one that transcended the ordinary and touched the soul. The symbolists were fascinated by the unseen, the intangible realms of dreams, visions, and the subconscious. They delved into these mysterious territories, believing that they held the keys to understanding deeper truths about existence and the human experience. They believed that these realms held a deeper truth than the material world, offering glimpses into the hidden workings of the human psyche. By exploring these unseen dimensions, the symbolists sought to uncover the layers of meaning that lie beneath the surface of everyday life. Dreams, in particular, were seen as a source of artistic inspiration, a way to access the subconscious mind and its wellspring of creativity. Through their art, the symbolists aimed to capture the ephemeral and elusive nature of dreams, translating them into visual forms that could be shared and experienced by others. This fascination with the unseen is evident in the recurring motifs of symbolism. These motifs often included fantastical and otherworldly elements, which served as metaphors for the deeper, often hidden aspects of human existence. Images of shadows, mirrors, and veils appear frequently, suggesting the existence of another reality beyond the visible. These symbols were used to evoke a sense of mystery and to hint at the presence of hidden truths that lie just beyond our perception. Water, too, is a common symbol, representing the fluidity of the subconscious and the depths of the human soul. The ever-changing nature of water made it an ideal metaphor for the shifting and often unpredictable nature of the subconscious mind. The symbolists also drew inspiration from mythology, religion, and esoteric traditions. They saw these ancient stories and symbols as rich sources of meaning that could be reinterpreted and reimagined in their art. They were interested in the occult, the mystical, and the spiritual, seeking to imbue their works with a sense of the divine or the transcendent. This interest in the mystical was a way for the symbolists to explore the boundaries between the known and the unknown, the seen and the unseen. This interest in the spiritual was a reaction against the increasing secularization of European society. As the world became more focused on material progress and scientific rationalism, the symbolists sought to remind people of the importance of the spiritual and the mystical. The symbolists sought to reintroduce a sense of wonder and mystery into a world that they saw as becoming increasingly materialistic and disenchanted. Through their art, they aimed to awaken a sense of awe and to encourage people to look beyond the surface of things. This exploration of the unseen was not limited to the realm of the individual psyche. The symbolists were deeply interested in the collective aspects of human experience, believing that there were universal themes and archetypes that connected all people. The symbolists were also interested in the collective unconscious, the shared myths and archetypes that connect all human beings. They believed that by tapping into these shared symbols, their art could resonate on a deeper level with viewers, transcending individual experiences to touch on universal truths. They believed that art could tap into this collective unconscious and reveal universal truths about the human condition. By doing so, they hoped to create works that were not only beautiful but also profound, offering insights into the nature of existence and the mysteries of the human soul.